There are many blessings that can be contained in a week. Hi, this is Rabbi Andy from Temple Emmanuel in Greensboro, North Carolina. And think about it, in the Jewish community, we started off this week by ending Hanukkah. And as the week has gone on, we know that the Christian world is celebrating Christmas. Of course, we send our best blessings to all who are celebrating Christmas. And we make our way into Shabbat this week, and of course, find ourselves in the Torah reading, which is one of those memorable ones. In fact, I'm thinking of the beginning of the 45th chapter of the book of Genesis. That's the moment that Joseph is in front of his brothers. They have no idea who he is still. The interactions have brought things to a point of tension, and then Joseph reveals his identity. He tells the brothers, "I'm your brother Joseph." He reveals his identity. And I just wanted to step back from this for a moment and talk about identity and how at moments, especially those of us who are Jewish, there are times where our identity really comes to the forefront, where we stand up and say to the rest of the world, "I'm Joseph, your brother. I am Rabbi Andy. I'm Jewish. Here are my connections." And I think those moments of talking about our identity and standing up for who we are really make a difference. I'm recalling a time that I was in college and I was asked to be on a diversity panel. This was back in the mid-1980s. And I realized that the people that they were asking to be on that panel weren't people who were great universalists, even though we knew how to connect with people on the universal level. Instead, we were the ones that had a strong identity coming into things. A president of the African American Students Organization, a president of the Hillel, those of us who had strong particular identities were the ones that really could be part of, and a deep part of, the diversity conversation. How do we get to the universal level? Very often, it's by balancing it with our particular identity. "I'm Joseph," he says to his brothers. "We have something in common." Of course, things had been very different over the years, and they absolutely have a past. But at the end of the day, revealing one's identity, talking about who we really are, and then saying we're going to be better because we can build together going forward. I think that that's the way that we ultimately wind up accomplishing what it is that we're hoping to do on the universal level. The name of this Torah portion is Vayigash, which means to approach. And in a world which so often has told us, hey, let's go into our own silos, let's go into our own places. You take over there, I'm going to take over here, we're going to be separate, I'm going to sit behind my keyboard. Maybe what we need most is an approach of being together with one another, of revealing our identities and working towards a better, let's say even more peaceful tomorrow. Shabbat Shalom.